Hello, fellow travelers, sacredly inspired beings of love and light. Got to own that title that I gave to you. Sacredly inspired beings of love and light. So I'm here again with a reading, and this is on Friday, June 5th, and it is a full moon in Sagittarius, and we're entering into the eclipse season. And the energy is taking us on a continued ride. It's like, for me, it's been, and collectively, I think, and I'm sharing this as a message to all of you who listen and want to be a part of the solution on this planet now and in your lives. I've had the honor of working with so many of you already, and I look forward to working with you continuously and with new clients who will come in support of the vision that you have for your life and the vision that you hold for the world in being a place of freedom and love and justice and continued spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical healing and growth. So here we are with the reading. I use the Osho Zen Tarot deck, and I have chosen 10 cards because I do a 5-card spread usually for you. And you'll see what happened is if I end up with the card in the resolution that needs more explanation, I keep choosing. So I got a really clear message today for us as we're sitting in this energy of the eclipse, of the full moon, and we're opening to the divine higher wisdom, the wisdom of the ages, of the ancestors, of the higher vibration, the beings of love and light, the angelic forces, the goddess realm. All of that is something that we need to be connecting with daily and moment to moment also to help us go through this. Oh, as I was going to say, it feels like one of those rides at those really scary ones. I just think of Busch Gardens and the roller coasters, and I don't like them. I prefer not to get jolted around and my neck snapping back and screaming. It's like that's not what I prefer to do, but life's kind of been like that, and we're all in it, and I support you. So raising our vibrations by remembering that we have a soul mission here. We have a heart-centered, expressive soul mission and a vision, and we all need to be connecting with our visions and for a world that is love-based, peace-based, harmonious, harmonic, collaborative, justice and sons hierarchies, because we've all been living in this world and it's not working. So we're on the roller coaster of change. Now, the first card in the position of the issue for today's reading is experiencing. Yeah, my new light doesn't let you see it. Experiencing is a picture of a woman, and she is communing with a tree. She has a face of gentleness, of relaxation. She has a cloak around her. She looks like a Buddhist nun. And if you have done the meditation, she's very similar in energy to Our Lady of the Whispering Heart that is asking us to just turn within. But this is a vision and of what I would like for life, experiencing, being in the moment. It's a vision I hold for you and for life, for many, for all, where we have a communing with life rather than a fight with life or a restriction in life, and we connect and we have a relatedness, a communal relationship with life, where we give and life gives to us, and we experience that energy of equal exchange. And so that's the issue card, or the where we're focusing. What's happening within us unconsciously that is now going to be conscious as I show you. And again, with my meditation that I shared this morning, existence. This is a major arcana card. She's sitting on a lotus leaf in the middle of the universe, naked. And this is something that our soul is pointing us to take ourselves here as often as we can, to remember and to regenerate, and then to go back out into the world and take action in our everyday lives from this place of knowing that we are one with the cosmos. We are one with the grand scheme of the universal energy. And universal life force energy, the cosmos, I really believe is neutral. And then us as sparks of this energy have choice and free will, and we're being held back and sit here, be here. It will regenerate you. It will, or we're being told to come, stop for a moment, sit here, become naked to the energy of life force, the connection, the connective force between all beings, and let it uplift us and nourish us. And then what's happening on the outside, the conscious experience is patience. She's a pregnant, there's a figure of a pregnant, very, very pregnant woman, and she's sitting again in this quiet meditative state, turning within, connecting with what is growing within her. And she is the Mother Earth. She's the forces that be, and she is birthing a new world for us. We are a part of it. We're each within the womb of the Great Mother right now, growing and becoming. And it's going to be happening with the phases of the moon. There's nothing we can do to stop this birth, this new beginning, this rebirth that is occurring for each of us in our own lives and also collectively. So what is your vision for you? You have the knowing within you of what you came here to participate in and how you choose to use your energy, and being patient with yourself and being patient with the process, because the process is going to continue, and the ride's continuing, and how do you need to tend to yourself in it. What's needed for resolution, the Thunderbolt. This card is also the Tower card in the Tarot, and it is showing a great figure, a Buddha figure here, and then it's breaking apart. The Buddha, of course, is sitting there like the the woman on the experiencing card, just being. And then with this great shakeup and change that is necessary, it's necessary and needed. It is a death of the old ways, a death of that which humanity has been participating in, the structures of that create oppression and suppression rather than freedom and liberation. The freedom and liberation of who we are will create this new world that we vision. But right now, this is what is occurring. Let it happen. There's nothing we can do. And it's like the story of this card is what can occur when the master, the guide within you, the great teacher within, shouts and yells, and boom, things fall apart and you fall. That is what's happening within your own system, where you may be holding beliefs that don't support this new vision you have for rebirth, for your own life, and for the collective. So, boom, it's happening. Now remember that this is internal, and we have this within us. Connect often with this. Be patient. So these are the grounding cards. Then what happens to have this, so that we can have this across the board, is the big shake-up, the big uprising, the destruction, and which is happening. So take heart. And then I received 1, 2, 3, 4. I chose 5 cards quickly, showing me through this reading, showing us where we need to be changing. First card is the miser. So this is the energy that is the hoarder, the I need it all for myself, and it's fear-based, and it is very prevalent in our world. We saw it with the hoarding of goods when we knew we were entering into a time when we might not be able to get to the store. So there's all this fear, and this fear is, where does this fear come from? It's created from a structure that there's not enough for everyone. So where in you is this miser? Where in us are we hoarding in fear that there's not enough, that there is lack, that this has got to be unearthed, that she's sitting behind her wall. She's got all her jewels and her finery, and she looks tight and shut down, but she thinks she's safe from the ills of the world. In truth, this creates the ills of the world, this belief system that there's not enough and that you have to be a certain race or a certain social status, a certain education in order to have. So hoarding, where are you hoarding and in fear that your most authentic self is not enough, because you are enough exactly as you are. So check that. Then I said, oh, okay, what else? And then I got this card. We got this card, the politics. Yep. And so this card represents the faces that we wear, the false faces that manipulate and control us and others, which is the old system that is breaking and blowing up in within us and collectively. So this is the I'm nice. Don't hurt. Oh, but I'm nice. I don't have an ill will for anyone. I'm nice. I'm nice. Don't hurt me. Believe me. Like me. That's a mask, and it's destructive. And as well as this other conspiratorial, sleazy-looking person who is a politician, who uses their power, false, in their insecurity, and, well, they're all insecurities, these that are being shown, like, okay, people, here's where it needs to shift within you, and then it will shift in, out, without. So where are you being manipulative and controlling, because you're afraid and you don't want to lose what you believe is your foundation, yet it's false. It's the nice person and the mean person both are false, and we're being asked to be our most real, authentic self, and just go into our heart and find that place where we can have compassion and empathy for others. And it takes a confidence and a sense of self realization and self worth and self value to be able to see where within you you've held up a mask that has blocked your true essence from coming through, in fear. And that's the system. That's it. It's the system. It has the system we're living in. It only has room for falsities. So breaking that open, we have this card here, which is laziness, and it has a man sitting on a pillow with an umbrella, and he has a drink in his hand, and all around underneath him it's cracking. So there's no time to sit back and rest on our laurels right now, because we are each being called to go further into our own inner world, find out what is hindering us and our belief systems, and clear them away, and connect with our true power, our natural being, our true selves, and go forth from there. So this is also representative of those of us who might feel like the big changes that are going on don't pertain to me. Of course, they do, and we're all being shaken. So if you sit there, you're gonna and say, well, I'm good. I got my money. I got my job. I got my health. So I'm just gonna sit back and I'm good. I'm just gonna ignore the struggle around me, because guess what? None of us are escaping this. None. It's affecting everyone alive on this planet at this time. Everything. Yep, sure is. So the next card of what we're releasing and clearing is this card, the burden. I think it came up in one of our readings. A few of these cards did recently. It's number 6 of the mind. And it has a man carrying another man on his back. With this man has a rooster on his head. This is the what is within us and what is in our hierarchy. It's the hierarchy. Here's this person here who has to trudge up this hill and carry this person, because this person has seemingly more. It reminds me of the bullies, and even not the bullies, but just the people who believe that they're untouchable because they have money, or they have health, or they have they're in this world of, I'm carried by those less fortunate than I am. There's a lot about what goes on in our society coming through in this card. But for our own personal help with this, set down your burdens, set them down and refuse to pick them up, whether they be burdens of belief systems that you are somehow unworthy and have to work and prove yourself, belief systems that enforce the hoarding and the putting shame or blaming someone or something. Be very aware of who or what you're blaming. If we blame this person up here, we're engaging in this belief system. If we blame the victim here, we're engaging in a belief system. So even though you feel that it is incredibly wrong for a person to treat a person this way, we must acknowledge the inequity and do our best not to spend time blaming, because that keeps us in that vibration of that energy. And where we want to be is in this place of we are one, and blaming and shaming another is incredibly destructive. There's much, much, much to do to change so that this type of system doesn't continue within yourself. But releasing the burden requires that you then look at it differently so that you don't put that burden back on your back. There you go. Then the other card is isolation. These are all cards that are pointing out our, can't really see that one at all, pointing out our, where we can make changes. Isolation. It is ice with a face looking through with tears. And so it speaks to the need to cry, the need to feel, the need to cry our collective tears, cleanse our heart, feel what we need to feel, and don't let our mind tell us we can't feel what we feel. There's so many powerful emotions right now that are helpful. They're cleansing. The tears are cleansing. The emotions are helpful if we channel them and clear them in many different ways. And be careful to not project them. That's the burden. Don't project our anger onto those who are engaged in the behaviors that are incredibly dangerous and upsetting. We project our anger onto them specifically. It keeps the frozenness there. Instead, we speak up and out about it, and we take steps to change our life. And we are citizens of this earth, and we are the ones who will make this change. And the outcome through all of this work, so this whole season of eclipse is going to be a lot of personal growth and reflection and action towards cleaning up our lives, releasing the burdens, being real and authentic, even if it might get you unlikes, unfollows, family members angry at you. We have to be our true selves. Watch where we are hoarding because we have bought into the system that says that there's not enough to go around, and be a part of the change that takes the risk of saying, no, there's enough to go around. And I believe in that. I believe that I am a child of the universe and that I am taken care of. I believe and I see the vision of experiencing life, communing with life, the tree, the human. All life is valuable. All life is needed. All life is necessary. The power of birth, the power of birth and death to move us and change us. And, you know, the truth is, none of us get out of here alive. We have a limited time on this planet as humans in this body, in this incarnation. What do you want to do with it? The outcome is this, change. So with this card coming up as the outcome, it's a major arcana. Again, we go to the middle. We go to the middle where the yin and yang balances, and we sit there and we know that this too shall pass, and this is a change. This is the change many of us have prayed for. We've collectively, as group soul, came here at this time to be a part of it. Some people have, as a soul, have been a part of the cruelty, and others have come here to speak up and speak out and be a part of the change for the liberation of all, especially the oppressed. And if we have the power within us, we have the light, we have the time, the energy, the knowing, the wisdom, the guidance, we're called to use it. Use it. Use it, and use it by visioning, use it by taking action, use it by prayer, meditation, personal work, learning, shifting your own belief system, and aligning with the cosmos, that we are divine beings of light. And what does that mean as a human? So, yes, we're all going to pass from this world. We're all born into this world. And then we're all going to pass from this world, going back into the great beyond. And how do you want to leave your mark on this world? What is your soul guiding you to do? What is your heart whispering to you? And to find continued solace, and to know that this is a regeneration process. We're regenerating our energy. When we die, our energy continues. When we come back into form as a human, we are in bodies that continuously regenerate and support our soul's regeneration, our soul's learning, as our souls support our bodies. So becoming part of this cosmic team in body, wherever you're placed, wherever you live, wherever you are planted right now, be the heart expressive light that you are, and do the hard things and trust yourself. Trust. Don't be afraid. There's lots of fear, lots of upset happening, I find myself being very clear about my soul mission, and remembering, and then also being very upset by what I see people doing to each other. Even in every single place, there's people telling others that they're not doing enough, or this isn't right, or this is right, and I want everyone to stay, not to shut down, but not to do this, but to know that this is happening. So, and this destruction, change, but there is a place within the center of this where we understand that we are here for a reason, and whatever that may be, holding the light, holding vigil, holding prayer, grounding the light onto this planet, expressing it, being kind, being compassionate, being empathetic. There's so much pain, and rightly so. My own personal life, the pain that I've experienced through the loss of my child becomes inflamed when I see the loss of life. Someone else's child died, and I don't know if you can understand in your mind what that feels like, but in your heart and your body, you might be able to understand. And what I've found, that many people can't fathom what it feels like to lose a child or a person, let alone lose that person in such a violent, unnecessary, destructive way. Brings me to my knees and reminds me of the people who couldn't understand my pain, and instead tried to find justification for not supporting me or not being empathetic. So that's what I see happening out there in the world. It's anyone who justifies the loss of life is participating in the death, the unnecessary death, and pain, and is fueling the rage and the pain of injustice. So being very, very aware through this eclipse season of the pain of others and the pain of your own that you carry within, so much so that you would block it and not allow empathy and compassion to emerge. It is the empathy and compassion that will allow us to live life in the way that I believe we were meant to, which is connected and supportive and collaborative and in harmony, where we all are different, but we all add something beautiful to the whole. So where there is no empathy or compassion for the suffering and pain of others, that is where my deepest healing power is focused on. And we all are these creative beings, these creator beings, priestesses, priestesses of change. So let's use our power in that way to focus and direct our vision in upsetting anything that promotes hate and disconnection and inhumanness, and focusing and being the channel for divine healing love, divine healing power. You got it in you, I know you do. So let's use it, let's do it, let's make this world and your own personal worlds a vision. I send you so much empathy, so much compassion to whatever may be happening for you, whatever levels of pain and suffering, upset, fear, and worry that you may be experiencing. May you feel the blessings of the universal mother, the universal divine feminine holding you, and the peace and connection and healing. May it be yours. Apply it lavishly. Have a blessed full moon.